Hello, I'm back. My battery was really dying out, so because there's something that I wanted to say. So I'm back. So basically, we have the podcast, the Woman of Purpose, Women of Purpose interview, which we do. we stream, right? And it's on Facebook and YouTube live at the same time. At the same time. So we're asking you guys to please to share, to like, and to follow because you do not want to miss what is going on. And we want to have more men because we're praying for more men to be on that podcast. We do not want men to be intimidated by the topic of women of purpose because there's also men of purpose, right? Men also have their purpose. So it's not just as women, but it's just a name that was placed in my heart because I wrote the book. I named it Woman of Purpose as well. Um, but it doesn't mean that it's not for men. It's for women and men as well. So men don't be intimidated by women. Yeah, so yes, those podcasts are mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Sometimes we get out of the podcast and we're like, wow, we really have to meditate and think because when you hear someone else's story of their brokenness, how they were broken, whether they were sick, and it was like a matter of death, but yet still, wow, God took that person through that journey. That's why I always say that it's a journey, it's a process. Took that person through that journey, healed her, and then she wrote a book on her healing. God has a plan with everything that we go through. Nothing that we go through is wasted. When you hear those about their husbands left them, but now they're going on the journey, they're writing so many books and doing so many different things. Only God can do these things. But when we fall in those dire situations, and if we decide we're going to drown in it, that we're going to stay in that place and live in it and wallow in it, it's not going to work. It brings anxiety, brings worry, it brings depression, it brings all kind of sickness upon us. But when we decide we're going to take a stand and we're going to get up and we're going to be strong and we're going to fight that thing with our God, we fight that thing because He says He never leaves you or forsake you. He said He will not leave us, He will not forsake us. And so He is with us in the middle of the battle. He is with us. He's going nowhere. We may feel in the pain, we're feeling the heat, we're feeling everything, but He's still there with us. And He always gives us a way out. He will not take it from us, but He will give us that way out. That we will come to that place, we're on that platform and stand there on that rock and says, wow, I went through all that, but now look what's happening in my life. Look what I'm able to do. Things I thought I couldn't do, I can do it now. Like, wow. Wow. It's unbelievable what God can do. That's why it says, trust in Him. Take Him as your source. Draw closer to Him. Read His word. Meditate day and night in His word. That He can make your way prosperous. Prosperous doesn't always mean money. It doesn't always mean having rich, being rich and having money and having things. Yes, He promised He will give you that. When you seek His kingdom, He says everything else will be added on. He promised you that. He promises that. But He's not seeking Him in the meantime. When He says the prosperity, there are benefits that come with serving the Lord. There are benefits, your joy, your peace, your gentleness, your faithfulness. to him and to others. And it goes on and on and on and on. You get your freedom, you have hope. You are, what is it? What is better than all of that? What is better than all of that? So you see the people out in Hollywood, but they're not even happy. There's always something going on. But you can sit here with your bread and butter and you can be happy. You can sit there with one mango and you can be happy. You can sit there with a cup of hot water and a dry bread, but you're happy. You know, one of the things that I saw when I went to Cambodia is the joy of those children. These children, sorry, I was trying to pick my necklace because it was kind of pricking me. These children, you're driving around or you come into them and you're seeing these children playing with all sorts of things. Bottles, bottle tops, pieces of wood. I actually look at two children in a house, like, their house is made kind of just their little wood for their foundation and just standing. And these two children have two pieces of wood in their hands and they're playing, but those children were happy. And I catch that because I saw them and they're playing and they're happy and they're smiling and they have that joy because that's what they have. That's what they know. But yet we have children nowadays that have cell phones by the age of 5, cell phones by the age of 4, but yet still they're looking for more. They're never satisfied with what they have. They want more and they want more and more and more and more and more, more. But the children that have just the two pieces of wood, see how happy and satisfied that they were. Because that's what they know. That's what they have. And it brought joy to them to be able to play with the piece of wood. And that's amazing. And I remember when we were growing up too, they used to make the little wooden trucks and they used to use the bottle tops as their wheels, you know. And they would bend those little things and all have things to pull them, It was amazing that the things that children could do before and build all kind of things. Nowadays, children don't want to do these things. All they do is stuck with the cell phone or the tablets or the computers, and that's all that's being done. But I don't know if that's the right way. I don't know if that's the right way because to me, their minds are not being developed. Their minds are not being developed if every day you sit day to day on a computer or a game or a phone. How are we going to develop our minds? But we're not doing the right thing. Yes, you can use technology to develop yourself and do certain things, but if you're not doing the right thing with it, using it the right way, then there's a problem. There's a problem. So, why I'm saying all of that is because of when I hear the stories, the different stories, it really inspires me. It really inspires you to hear everybody's unique story with their unique gifting that God have given them, and they're using that gift for His glory. They come from brokenness. Brokenness. Where people say, "Oh, I can't go to God yet." No, He's waiting for you with your brokenness. Whatever you're going through, He's waiting for you with your brokenness. If He can do it for others, He can do it for you. I know I had brokenness too. We all go through brokenness. None of us are exempted from brokenness. I had my share of brokenness as well. And God take me, but it's a process. It is a process. It's hard, but it is a process. But when you fix your eyes on Him, When you put your eyes on him and not on what is going on, it changes. It changes. Your perspective begin to change and everything around you will begin to change. Right? So we have to understand. We have to understand. Read his word. Connect with him. Draw close to him. And that's what we want to do. That's where our happiness and our joy come from. That's where our peace come from, where we can lay our head on our pillow at night and have a good night's sleep. Not with our eyes open all night, tossing and turning and wondering what's going on with us. But lay your head on that pillow and sleep tight and sleep sweet. Okay, I think I said enough. I could probably stay and talk all day, but it's so funny that before I wouldn't even talk. And now God gave me that thing to talk. When he put, I had that call to going into the jail. And I started going into the jail and he says, that's where I'm going to use you. That's where I'm going to use you behind the bars. Not behind the bars. I wasn't behind bars. But he's going to bring me in there and that's where he's going to use me. That's where he's going to train me. That's where he's going to teach me. And that's what he did. Because I wouldn't talk in front of people. I was kind of a shy person. Wouldn't talk too much. If I go places, I don't talk. I still sometimes keep my mouth shut sometimes, but I listen because you have to listen, right? But that's where he prepared me. That's where he was preparing me. When I go in there and I meet with the inmates and I was able to talk with them behind closed doors. That's what he did. He trained me behind closed doors. And so now I'm able to come out and talk, even on social media. Because I was kind of thinking when I started to go on social media, I had to practice. Because every time I start a video, I would have to shut it down because I wasn't thing until I finally took hold of it. So everything in life is a process. Like I say, it doesn't happen overnight. These are not things that happen overnight. These are things where you have to build your spiritual muscles. These are things where you have to build yourself up. Build yourself up to be able to do it because those things are not things that we do overnight. So have a blessed day, everyone. And don't forget to share, like, and follow the Woman of Purpose interviews because you will learn a lot from them. You will learn a lot from these people that have come through on that podcast. You're going to learn a lot. So don't forget Monday and Tuesday, we have the back-to-back episode. So please join us. Okay? Have a blessed